Hey everyone, Erica here of thefeelgoodshift.com. So we're talking about divine love and divine partners. And one of the main things I really wanted to talk to you about is the fact that love has like so many expressions. And when we're talking about romantic partners, like you really want to hone in and understand like who it is that you're calling it at the soul level, because there's a lot of people that might be quote unquote right for you to some capacity, but there's, you know, a lot of ways in which we can bring in the right partners for us. And depending on where we are, some people are meant to come in for, like, you know, for a short period of time, and some people are meant to be with us longer. I wanted to come in and share my story because I think that there's a lot of misconception about twin flames. And I had the pleasure of actually meeting my twin flame in 2014. And it was, some of you know this, if you're on my list, I have shared this with you already, but I want to come in here because as I'm creating this healing call so that you are more connected to this person, so that you are bringing in this really deep soul level love into your life and this partner that is going to be everything and more that you have ever desired. When I met my twin flame, it was like the fireworks were there, everything was there. It was this crazy, passionate, intense, everything that you can think of. But we were not right for each other. And one of the main things that I had to work with my healer on was understanding that everything that has been explained about twin flames having to work through and be together for the ascension and blah, 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 that didn't apply to me. That wasn't where my soul was going to go. We were not meant to be together in this lifetime. So even though I did have the pleasure of meeting him, and he's a lovely human being, and oh my God, we have so much fun together, ultimately it didn't work out. We both had to do a lot of growing. And while I think I'm still going to care for him at some soul level, at some capacity, I know that he wasn't the right person for me, because as much as I had this like innate attraction, it's like my soul had that recognition and I loved him at like the soul level, but who I was as a person, it wouldn't have never worked out. And who knows what the future holds, but I'm here to tell you that I am with someone right now who is a lot more in tune with me at every level. So it took some energies and it took some healing and it took some opening for me to understand that I wasn't allowing this person to come into my life. And if you were on my list, I sent out an email earlier today explaining a lot of like the heartache that I have been through, emotionally abusive relationship, mentally abusive relationships, financially abusive relationships, relationships that were really hurtful in every way, that kept my self-esteem low, that had me thinking that the life that I wanted wasn't possible. When they were throwing their shadow at me, because my business was starting to take off and I was working a lot more from home, it became like this struggle and this battling of the ego. Like me shining my life was a threat for them and their ego. And that, in case you didn't know, it's detrimental for a relationship. So I couldn't be with people like that. I was in relationships where I was not valued, where I was not, being put in the place that I wanted to be. But I had to understand in the long run, it wasn't because I wasn't valuing myself and I wasn't putting myself in the place that I wanted to be. And I kept expecting men to treat me the way that I wanted to be treated, when the truth is I wasn't treating myself the way I wanted to be treated. I had a lot of negative self-talk. I had a lot of insecurities. I had a lot of fears and doubts, and it was really hard. But I think at some point you get to understand that you are the one determining the outcome of what happens. Unfortunately, a lot of us come in with, blocks. Like I didn't grow up with my father. So I've grown up with a lot of healing around my relationship with men and healing the divine masculine and my relationship to it, and embracing more of my divine feminine so that I wasn't being the man in any capacity, that I could play with my feminine and I can play with my masculine and have them both show up in a way that was supportive and seriously nurturing. This healing also came into play into my relationships. And after Twin Flame, things fell apart. I was in a nasty depression. I couldn't understand why the universe would bring us together and not have this work out, because it was probably the only thing I thought I wanted in life, was to have this like perfect romance and this beautiful ideal, and have all these things show up. And I want to be really transparent with you, because some of you think that I haven't been through struggle, or that suddenly my life became perfect, or that I don't know what that ache feels like. And more than anything else, that ache is what I identified with my entire life. From my first boyfriend, who cheated, who lied, who did everything that he could. I mean, he didn't know any better, and I'm not blaming him for anything, but just explaining to you all the circumstances that I've had to endure in order to really own myself and own my worth and understand who I am as a woman and what I'm willing to accept and what I'm not willing to put up with. And it takes a lot of soul level understanding. However, there are shortcuts to all this stuff. So the energy healing work, the meditations that I have done, a lot of what I have learned is what I want to give to you. Because at this point, I think like there's too many women out there who are not with their partners, with the divine right partners. And mainly because they haven't given themselves permission and they haven't freed themselves from the inside out in order to really connect at the soul level with this person. I really strongly believe that even though we have a gajillion matches that are possible for us, there's always one person who is most in alignment in our frequency, and that can actually sustain being with us as we continue growing and evolving. So it's not a person that's just coming in to teach us a lesson. It's a person that's coming in to really be with you long term as you're growing, cheering you on, encouraging you, facilitating help. The partner that I have right now is all of that and then some. Like I feel so complete. And I know I don't like to use the cliche of like, oh, you complete me, because that wasn't it. I felt so whole and so complete, and then he came into my life. And now it's just sustaining that sense of yumminess from the inside, and like that belly knowing that I've never felt like this. I've never had anybody put me in such a place. And it's not that I'm on a pedestal at all, and it's not that I'm putting him on a pedestal, but that it feels like this deep understanding and this deep seeing of each other in a way that I feel like I can do anything, because his support and his love is that valuable to me. And I find it funny that I'm so willing to like share all this with you, because sometimes when I'm around him, I'm not this verbal about like how he has affected my life in such a positive, beautiful light. But it's still true that that the healing has occurred, and that I feel that I am with someone that is so in alignment and so in every way. One of the big things was I didn't feel like I could share all this woo-woo stuff and all this energetic stuff or psychic work with the partners that I have been with in the past, because they didn't get it. They didn't understand. It was so far removed from their reality that they had a hard time accepting and understanding who I was at that soul level, that this was my gift and this was how I wanted to show up in the world. It took some energy. Where I was in the story, it was after I met the twin flame, I opened myself up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start dating again, because me sitting at home feeling sorry for myself, it's not helping anything. And, you know, I ended up meeting someone, and I went out with him I dated him for a couple of months, and it didn't work out. Not because he wasn't an amazing person, but because it was still not it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like, he was great, he was okay. But then I recognized one day that I was settling again. I was settling for like less than what I wanted, only because he was willing to be there and he was willing to hold that space. But ultimately, I woke up one day and I realized like, I don't want to settle anymore. If it's not mind blowing and amazing and me feeling satisfied at every part of my soul, and my body and my mind and my spirit and everything that I am. Like, I want every part of me to be lit up by this person. I want every part of me to be excited and happy and maybe a little nervous and a little like playful, and we have so much fun. But that particular man was not doing that for me. It actually started bringing up a lot of like questioning, and me recognizing that the questioning was coming because of me, because I wasn't listening to my intuition and I wasn't listening to my gut. Long story short, I ended up leaving this man, and 2 weeks later I met who I'm with now. And I am so grateful that I ended up coming into it, and that I didn't get stuck on twin flame, and that I wasn't trying to push a relationship that wasn't healthy, and that I wasn't trying to like pursue something that was so out of tune with me and my resonance and who I am at a vibrational level. It all came down to me, the work that I did internally, all the places where I had to heal, all the things that I didn't understand, I was putting up with, all the places where I was not believing that this kind of love was possible, that this kind of person would show up in my life, and that this type of person would actually be supportive. And I know there's a lot of you out there really, really desiring this type of communion, this type of love, this type of like interaction with your divine right partner. So this is what I'm giving to you. This is the program. We're going to do one deep dive call. In that call, it's going to happen on Monday, February 13th, day before Valentine's Day here in the United States. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Latavia. And really being in that attunement, because that person is out there. That person exists. That desire that you have. I was listening to one of my mentors earlier, and one of her things is, if you have the desire comes with its own fulfillment. You just have to pursue it. You have to go after it. If it's something that you still want, it's still possible for you. If it's something that is still like deep in your soul, that you want to have this like unimaginable love that speaks to you and your soul, and that it might not make sense to other people, because honestly, I don't think my relationship makes a lot of sense to a lot of people. He's right now skiing in Canada for like a week in a place that is so far removed that he doesn't have reception. So he's out there in the wild doing his male blending thing and skiing, and I support it 100% because it keeps him happy. But there's a lot of women that are kind of like, oh, you're just going to let your man like go off in a week and not talk to him and then like be okay with it. I'm like, yeah, because I trust him and because I know who I am. I need a lot of freedom, and I need a lot of expansion, and I need a lot of expression. So supporting him, I feel like I'm supporting myself and the things that I believe in. Anyways, long story short is the the call is going to happen on February 13th. It's going to be discounted for the members of the Manifesting Powerhouses group. And I'm just really wanting to gift you, because if I have been able to reach this place within myself and within my soul and have that be reflected out, and I can help you manifest this person coming into your life, removing the blocks, removing all of the stuff that's like getting in the way of you really tapping into that desire and giving it room to actually grow, so that you're glowing from the inside out, so that you are resonating with this person. We're not only going to clear the blocks, I'm going to teach you a meditation that I did to actually connect you energetically to this person, so that you're already connected at the energetic. So if you know anything about energy, the moment that you link up energetically, it's only a matter of time before you connect in the physical. I did this meditation, I kid you not, even though I met him 2 weeks after I broke up with the previous guy. I did this meditation and we started chatting that very same day. So this stuff is powerful. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you like this isn't life-changing stuff, because it is. So doing the meditation, doing the healing, connecting you energetically to your partner, and then opening up the way. So if you're on the call live, I'll be answering like what ways this person is coming into your life and how soon they'll be coming into your life, which is something really important. Some of us want to know this stuff. Remembering that everything is up to us, that you get to decide whether or not this is something that you need, or this is something that is resonating with you. Hi, Vanessa. I hope you do join. It's going to be really awesome. I'll send you the link later. But it's so much about being connected, because as women, as strong women, especially if you're like an entrepreneur, we get so used to being in the masculine. You get so used to doing everything yourself, having to fight the fights, having to do everything yourself. And we are not in our feminine. Like, we get tired. And we want someone that's going to be there, not necessarily holding us and saving us, but somebody that's going to be that support and that masculine support, so that you get to feel more and more of that truth going on inside of you. It's not always going to be perfect. We're not going for perfection. We're going for alignment. We're going for what's right for us as individuals. What may have worked for someone else is not necessarily what's going to work for you. And I want to help you connect to that at a very, very deep, unique soul level. So the same fingerprint that you have is a similar fingerprint that he may have, so that we can bring you closer together within a shorter period of time. It's just kind of bypassing all the BS, bypassing all the internal stuff, so that you are connected, so that the two of you can help each other grow. Rather than you continuing doing all this work by yourself, and thinking that you have to be Joan of Arc, fighting your life by yourself, how about we get you connected to someone that is going to enhance all your efforts, that is actually going to be an uplifting energy, that is actually going to be more help than anything else. Not that they're going to take on your challenges, but that they're going to help you through yours. Does that make sense? There's a slight difference. You don't need rescuing. You don't need somebody that's going to sweep you off your feet and carry you off to some sunset. You want someone that is going to help you be the best you that you can possibly be, in a very loving and nurturing way, in a very uplifting, soul energizing way. Not in a way that's displeasing you or anything like that. So there's more to come. Like, I'm really excited about this, because I hear this all the time. I hear this from women all the time. Like, they're so used to like being in this like space where they have to do everything. In this modern life and this evolution, we're not supposed to do everything, Vanessa says. Yeah. And meeting him is like transforming. And you know, what happens is, a lot of times, like, we have that limiting belief, and then we have to meet someone to like put that limiting belief in our face, so that we kind of grow through it. But it doesn't have to be that way. Like, it can totally be the way that I'm suggesting. Like, let's get the energy healing work done and connect you and align you to that person. And what happens a lot of times is that when people do this type of soul work, so that you're connected to the right person, you also start bringing in the right clients into your business. There's something about healing your ability to give and receive, which is something that we're going to work on that call. That also opens it up for you giving and receiving better in your finances, for you to receive more from people that are willing to help you, for you to take a more empowered approach to owning your power and owning your strength and allowing help to come into your life. So it's a lot of healing that's going to happen. It's healing the masculine within you. It's healing the feminine within you. It's healing everything, the collective. So as we're moving through these challenging times, we become more of who we are. We start honoring more of what we are and how we can show up in a more empowered way, so that we are at the soul level shining brighter, so that we are more purposeful, so that everything that we're doing is intentional, so that everything that we're creating is owning our experience, so that everything that we're putting forth is that much more juicier. Because otherwise we're kind of just leaving everything to chance, and we're settling for people that are not really like filling us up the way that we want to be filled, that we still have like that discomfort around them, or we have trust issues that we need to heal, whatever the situations may be. So I really want to encourage you to take advantage of this. This is going to be really juicy. February 13th. If you can't make it live, there's going to be a replay. If you can't make it live and you want to send me your questions, or like give me like a long email about what it is that you're going through, I'll work on you at a distance if you can't make the call live. But the whole point is to set the intention to be there. And whether you listen to it later or not, it'll still have the same effect. So I really want to encourage you, like, if this is something that you're desiring, if that person that you're calling into your life is not with you just yet, and you're feeling like you've done just about everything that you could do, let's get to the next level. Let's try something new. Let's try this healing call. Because if I have been able to get here after many, many years of trial and error, I want to circumvent that for you, so that you're not wasting more time going on bad dates, or wasting your time with people who are not serving you, or whatever that case may be. Like, enough is enough. Like, you deserve a man that is going to treat you like a queen. You deserve a king that's going to treat you like a queen. And you know, I'm all about the goddess energy. And you need a man that is so connected with his inner self that can recognize the goddess in you and will give you what you need without taking away from you, without taking away from your power, without disempowering you. Otherwise, empowering you more so that you can shine, so that you can be more of who you are, and getting you to break through all those little things. One of my previous mentors, she had this beautiful saying. She said, bring me my divine right partner when I have done everything that I could on my own, and the only way that I can reach the next level is with him by my side. I mean, I thought that was so beautiful. And I really believe that that's what's possible for all of us, that we have come to a point in our lives where we'll go further, we'll do a lot more when we have that sense of unity and that sense of communion with this divine right partner. So let's cut through the crap. No more dating losers. No more going out there and thinking like it can't happen for you. No more of settling for someone that cannot have the same level as you, of your drive, of your like level of fun, of like your level of adventure, of whatever it is that is important to you. Like, let's find a person that is exactly what you need, exactly what you want, and exactly who's bringing all those desires that you've had to life so that you can live it. Because living it, there's no describing it. Like, I wish I could explain it to you. And living it, it's just everything. So I'm going to post a link with this video below the video. And if you want to jump in. I'm going to do a 1 pay or 2 pay. So the full pay is going to be $150. The 2 pay is going to be $75 now and then within 30 days. So it's so like accessible. If you need different payment arrangements, let me know. My VA can help like set something up for you, but I want you to take advantage of this. If you need to do it by donation, then by donation it is. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want to, like, I want to empower these women to like really go out and own it and own this love and know that it is possible, and knowing that like this guy can be like if I can have it and I can be it after all the trauma and all the crap that I have been through in relationships and dealing with men in general, it's possible for anyone. Okay? I want to send you so much love. I want to keep encouraging you to go after your dreams. It doesn't matter if it's the man, if it's the finances, if it's the body, if it's the health. I don't care what it is. If you want it, it can be yours. We just have to get you out of your own way. So much love, so many blessings. I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Mwah. Ciao for now.